Whew. What's going on, folks? My name is Spice. This is Spice Can't Fish, and today I've got another review style video for you guys. So y'all seem to like the review style videos. It seems like they do pretty well on the channel, almost as good as the swim bait content does. So I figured we kind of mix both of them and come out to the pond that I seem like I have the best luck on a swim bait on, and throw around some kind of weird looking swim baits. So these are the Berkley Gillies. You guys have actually been asking me to film a video on these things, so I figured I'd come on out here to a little swim bait pond where there's some super clear water and throw a couple of these things around. I figured the best way to test it is just to go out and go fish with it. So I got it tied up a couple different ways. We're gonna go down to the pond so we can get on a few fish today. And along with that, I can give you guys my honest thoughts and opinions on the Berkley Gilly. Again, I don't really know a whole ton about this bait, although I do hear like some mixed reviews on it. Like I said, I've been meaning to film this video. I just haven't picked up any of the Gillies up until recently. But again, it's a beautiful day out here. I got a few hours before I got to get out to work, so figured I'd come on down here and see if we can get on a few fish. But yeah, water's looking super good right now, so I'm gonna get myself all situated, get on down to the pond, and see if we can't get lucky today. All right, folks, let's get her going. Like I said, I've got this thing rigged up a couple of different ways. I was doing a little bit of research on this bait just in preparation for this video. Again, I don't really know a whole lot about this Gilly, but I wanted to, you know, kind of have a semi-educated guess or idea as to what I'm supposed to be doing with this bait. And from what I can tell, there seem to be like 3 or 4 different ways that people like to rig this thing or fish it. I got it rigged up 2 of the 3 different ways that they suggest. They suggest it on a drop shot, which I can't throw out here just because it's super deep and there's a ton of really heavy grass out here. So drop shot's not really going to be the deal. But they say you can rig it up on just like a standard jig head slash an underspin, which we got here on the smaller guy. And they also suggest rigging it like sideways, weightless, like this. So got the old big honkin' size right there on the weightless rig. But yeah, like I said, we've got 2 different sizes, 2 different colors of the Gilly, and we're gonna see what happens. I have never thrown these things before. Like I said, I just picked them up recently, so we're gonna have to see what we can do with them. But I'm gonna walk on down this way just a little bit, and I think we might start out with the smaller guy just to see if we can't get one on a moving bait. I'm going to fish both of them kind of side by side, give them both equal amounts of time as much as possible, unless we can find one that seems to work better than the other, in which case I'll probably just throw that one. But yeah, we're going to see what happens. Got it again rigged up on this little fish head underspin. I don't remember what they call this color. It's like green pumpkin, blue burst, flash, something or other, but looks pretty good, and hopefully the fish thinks so too. This little thing should be a perfect imitator for the bluegill in here, though. There's a ton of little teeny tiny bluegill that love this little like grass line, the little shallow grass line in this pond is covered in these little like 2 to 3 inch bluegill. So this little 90mm should do a perfect job imitating that. It is again a little subtle, so we'll have to see if the fish find it all right. But other than that, I think it should do a great job imitating some of these fish. Try and keep an eye on it for when it comes in, see what it looks like just swimming in on a straight retrieve. Oh, it's got some grass on it, so that probably doesn't help. Oh yeah, it doesn't look terrible. Oh, back in that grass, same exact piece. I don't know if you guys can see that down there, probably not. It's pretty choppy here, but the tail does have a little bit of kick to it. It doesn't have like the traditional paddle tail on it. It's almost kind of like this, I don't know, it looks kind of like a Phillips head screwdriver almost, but like this kind of like plus tail design. And it's got these 2 little like wings on the side of it as well, which kind of give it like a little subtle kicking side to side action. That's not terrible. Super subtle for sure. Like I said, not your standard swim bait by any stretch, but I'm hoping with that blade on it might give it off a little bit more vibration, a little bit more presence, and maybe help these fish find a little bit better. The one thing that I am a little bit nervous about with this smaller size on this fish head spin is, as you guys can see, it's just a normal jig head, and it doesn't really have all that much gap in between the top of the plastic and where the hook is. It does actually have like this weird like air chamber in here, like there's like a little soft hollow piece in here, so I guess it'll kind of clamp down when you get bit. You can kind of set down into it and it'll push out of the way, but we'll have to see if that actually works. Again, haven't really heard anything bad about it in terms of hookup ratio, so I don't think it'll be that big of an issue. Again, it's got that little air pocket in it, so it should kind of collapse out of the way if need be, but we'll definitely have to play around with it, see if that kind of impacts our hookup ratio at all. One thing that I should mention as well, something that I did here while I was doing my research before this video, if you guys are looking to pick some of these things up, do not under any circumstances buy any of those like HD colors, any of like the super like natural, like really high quality paint job looking colors where they actually had to like print a realistic paint job onto the bait. From what I hear, for whatever reason, they have to use like a heavier, more dense plastic to properly get that paint to stick on there, and whatever type of plastic they use for those more HD versions of this bait apparently is too hard and doesn't have any action whatsoever. So this one has that super subtle, nice kicking action, but I hear those HD colors are pretty much garbage. So definitely pick up one of these ones, like the green pumpkin blue, or the, I don't know, whatever that other one was, sprayed grass. Any of those like more normal colors that you normally see in like a soft plastic, those are the ones to go for. Whereas the other ones with the HD patterns on them are usually not too good from what I hear. All right, let's try the old weightless rig out for a sec. This whole thing is, again, it's got a very subtle action to it. I don't know if it's quite what these fish are looking for right now. Again, I hear people really like this smaller size on a drop shot, so we might have to try that out somewhere else. But yeah, might have to try the big old honking boy. I think this is the 130 size or so. This is a big piece of plastic. Got it on the old frog and flipping stick today. Oh goodness gracious, dearie me. Terrible backlash first cast. Let's go, dude. All right, let's try that again. Turn the brakes up a bit. They were on 1. Now we got them on 4, and that's a bit better. Still got a little bit of a overrun there, but much better on 4. Jesus. I don't know why that was so freaking loose. Oh my god, I can see it all the way out there. The thing is huge. Huge. Sink's really slow too. I've got it on not a light hook. It's like a 6/0 hook, and it's a pretty heavy wire too. And this thing is sinking very slow. Wow. Okay. It definitely looks like it has a better action weightless. Kind of like, and the tail kind of undulates every time you pop it. Looks pretty good. I think weightless might be the way to go with this thing. At least this size. We'll still have to throw that little guy around a bit more, but this thing's not terrible. At least this size in this application. There's a bite. He's got it. Got him. I'm on the big gilly. On the big gilly. That's a nice one. Let's go. On the big gilly. That's a nice fish. That's a good one. Let's go, dude. Yeah. First one on the big gilly. Healthy little 2-pound, 2.5-pound guy. I like that, dude. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Alrighty. First one of the day. Probably call that one 2.5, 2 3/4. Not super fat. Probably 2.5. Nice long fish though. Appreciate you, buddy. Later. Hell yeah. Oh man. I was just thinking, it's been like an hour since I've been out here. I ain't gotten bit on either of these things. Oh, just letting the gilly sit there. But he came up and cracked it. There we go. Evidence. Berkley gilly does get bit. Can I get bit on it? Not super well, but I'm not really a great fisherman, so you shouldn't be too surprised about that. But it does get bit. We're gonna keep fishing around. I fished about 1/4 of the pond so far, and that was the first bite. But again, like I keep saying, I think these fish are starting to move more towards this shallow back corner. So we're gonna keep fishing our way down and see if we can't find ourselves another one. Hopefully a bigger one. Again, that guy was probably about 2.5, 3 pounds. Didn't really bother popping him on the scale. Decent fish for sure, but nothing to write home about, so hopefully we'll be able to get one twice the size. That one I'll pop on the scale for sure. Jesus Christ, it's friggin' windy out there. So, slow day of fishing today. I don't know what the deal was. I was out there for 4 hours or something. Gave it a shot. We got one bite the whole day. I don't know. But I guess this is gonna be another 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 day video, because that's apparently what I'm doing now, is it's gonna take me a week and a half to film one video. So I gotta go shower, I gotta go run and get ready for work and everything like I said, but I'll meet you guys out at the spot tomorrow and we'll see if we can get bit again. Hell yeah. Oh my God. All right. Let's get it started. Day 2 on the quest to catch a couple of fish on the Berkeley Gilly and prove that it's not a stupid bait, even though I'm pretty sure that it is. I came out here to the pond that I actually caught my most amount of fish in one day out of. Me and my buddy Jack either caught 200 or 300 fish out of this pond in about 6 hours. So pretty solid day of fishing. From what I remember, most of them were pretty small, but a ton of fish is a ton of fish. And right now I just need a bunch of little guys that are willing to commit to something semi-stupid, like the old gilly. I've actually got 3 rods with me today instead of just the 2. We've obviously got the 2 ways that I was throwing it before, but I also grabbed a little spinning rod because I've got something that I kind of want to try with that. But for right now, I'm going to kind of paddle around a little bit, see what's going on, and see if I can maybe spot a fish or something. I'd like to see where these fish are at before I start really casting. At least see like a bluegill or something. Definitely some good grass around here though, so may as well make a couple of casts. Not like it's gonna hurt, right? Start off with a little swimmer. Hopefully that'll attract a little bit of attention. We'll see. You know, the more I'm looking at this thing, the less I'm realizing that this little tiny one on the underspin has no action. So I think I'm actually gonna try something a little bit different for this smaller guy. Like I said, I brought my little spinning rod, and I actually have just like a wacky rig set up on it, essentially, just like a little circle hook with no weight or anything. But my thought is I'm gonna try and nose hook this thing, kind of like a drop shot, but with no weight. I could honestly probably tie on a drop shot. The grass out here isn't as thick as I thought it was gonna be, but I don't really feel like tying on a drop shot just yet, so I'm gonna try this out, see how this looks. Just kind of nose hook this thing through here and see how it looks weightless. Yeah, definitely has way better action with no weight. No big hook in it or anything. Okay, cool, yeah. I think weightless is probably gonna be the way you wanna fish these things, or on a drop shot, but I'll probably just fish this thing weightless. But yeah, I know there's a ton of like little fish around here in this pond. Like I said, we caught like either 200 or 300 fish. I don't remember exactly what it is. If you guys want to go see those videos, I'll leave them linked down below. But most of the fish that we were catching were pretty small, like that 8 to 12 inch range. So I'm hoping that this smaller gilly will be a good little presentation, good little imitator of the little tiny bluegill and forage in here as well. There do seem to be a bunch of little tiny gills and stuff in this pond as well, so hopefully we'll be able to imitate one of those and get a fish to bite. So this thing still sinks pretty slow, so I'm going to try and add a little weight. Take a little nail. This is actually just a nail that I got from the hardware store, but picked these up in like a box of 50 of them, and they're just like these little bitty nails, and you can use them to add a bit of weight. So hopefully I can A, throw this thing a little bit further, B, fish it a little bit more effectively. Oh yeah, that's perfect. It's like a slow sink now. Yeah, That looks like a dying bluegill. Okay, I think we can get bit on that. Let's roll with it. There's a bass right there. That's big, and oh my God. Okay, we're gonna keep moving. Oh. Okay. Trying to find that rock pile that I just randomly came across, and I actually found a bass. Okay. That's a nice one too. Like a 3.5 pounder probably. Try and be super quiet around here. Try not to make any sudden movements. Okay. Let's see if I can see this fish again. Or at least see what it was sitting on. There was like a bright red rock. And the fish was sat right on top of the rock. Oh, there it is. There it is. I see it. I see the rock. Okay. I have a feeling this fish is still on here somewhere. So no. Well, there it goes. There it fucking was. I just scared it off. God damn it. Shit. Well, I'm gonna sit here for a sec, see if it cools off a little bit. I can still kind of see the rock. I'm pretty far off it though, so hopefully it'll come back in a sec. That was really weird. It almost looked like a fish on a bed, but it's way too early for there to be a fish on a bed, so maybe there's just like something about this rock that he likes. I don't know. Just like one random rock in the middle of the water, so give a couple of casts at it, see if he's still there. Probably not, but worth a go. Damn, I think I screwed that up. Unfortunate. Got one. There we go. Oh, decent fish on the gilly. Nice fish on the gilly. Yeah, dude. Nice one. Oh my God. There we go. Yes. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Got him. Yeah. There we go. Nice one on the gilly. That might have been the same one that I saw. Little circle hook got him real good, right in the corner of the mouth like you want it. Good to know that this little weird presentation works. That's a decent one, dude. That's probably about a 3-pounder. How about pop him on the scale real quick if I got it? Alrighty. Get a quick weight on this guy and then we'll pop him back. Just because I'm curious. And we're sitting at a 3.30. About 3.25 pounder on the old gilly. Alright, mama. Appreciate ya. You can go now. Have a good one. Woo! Mean fish. Hell yeah. Okay, first fish of the day on the gilly. That was pretty sweet. Was not expecting that at all. Like I said, most of the fish in here are pretty small, so have the first one be a 3-pounder, so I like that for sure. Definitely had to find kind of an unorthodox way to fish this gilly. Definitely kind of an odd presentation, but hey, you know, if it gets bit, right? But yeah, I guess I'll give you guys a little bit of a closer look at this thing. This is that green pumpkin flash color, I believe. And yeah, it's a little presentation that did it. But yeah, little green pumpkin flash or green pumpkin blue flake flash green something. I don't know. I don't remember what this color is called. I'll leave it down below if you guys want to check it out. Both of these colors and sizes will be down below for y'all if you guys want to go pick some up for yourselves. I'm not entirely sure if I'm sold on these gillies yet. Again, that was a decent fish. The other one caught a decent fish as well. So they definitely work. They definitely can get bit. And I've seen some absolute giants caught on these things. So it's not like they don't get bites. I just don't know if they're going to be something that I find a good use for in my arsenal long term, you know? Especially these smaller size. Like the bigger size, I feel like I could probably use like that big 130 size that I was using the other day. That's probably a pretty good size for me. I'll probably pick up another couple of packs of those at some point. But the smaller size, I might just fish this one pack out or use it for this video and I don't know, put it in the back of the tackle box and never to be seen again. Regardless though, we're gonna give it a little bit more. Again, I said that I wanted one more fish for the video, but that happened pretty quick, so I think we're probably gonna fish around for a little bit longer. I haven't hit any of the structure or cover that I want to hit yet. There's a bunch of little brush piles and stuff over here to my right that I want to try and throw this gilly around, so I feel like there's got to be a fish or two around it, so we're definitely gonna have to try that. Good start though, definitely like a little 3-pounder to start the day off. Not complaining here. Oh, there's a bite. Got him. That's a decent fish. Another nice one, dude. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I knew there had to be a fish up on this rock somewhere. Oh, good one. Holy crap. Another nice bass. Okay. Gilly works. Gilly works. Oh yeah, dude. Oh, biggin. Another biggin. Come here, bud. Come here, bud. Come here. Come here. Oh, God. Maybe I'll grab the net for him. Come here, buddy. You're good. Yep. There we go. Hell yeah, bro. Another healthy 2.5, 3-pounder on the gill. Love that. Get this guy unhooked real quick. Hook just fell out of that guy. Another nice, healthy fish. I like that. All right, miss. Have a good one.
What is that?
Peace out. Alrighty. That was friggin' sweet. Found some shallow rock up over here, and I figured there had to be a fish on it somewhere. Was not expecting it to be that big, but I'll definitely take it. The only issue now is that we are on our last gilly, so we're gonna have to make this one count, hopefully. Well, I am slowly proving myself wrong about these gillies. I keep saying, they're alright, they don't really work that well. Every once in a while you'll get bit on them, but every single fish I've caught on has been a decent fish, so I mean, I guess they work. But yeah, make some more casts around here. Get back out on this rock, see if there's another one. Alright folks, that's going to do it for today's video. Really hope you guys enjoyed. But I just wanted to take a second at the end of the video just to give you guys some honest thoughts and opinions about these gillies, just because I know this was kind of supposed to be a review style video, and I didn't really do a great job of like explaining or reviewing anything. But honestly, these things aren't terrible. Like I said, I was kind of iffy on them. I didn't really want to do this video, to be 100% honest, because I didn't really want to have to suck it up and throw these things around for a couple of days. And yeah, they're not terrible baits. I definitely could see myself throwing the 130 size a good bit in the future. Probably just use it as like an upsized fluke or something like that. And I wasn't really sure if they were actually going to work. They seemed like kind of one of those baits that was kind of gimmicky, kind of weird, something that really caught fishermen as opposed to actually catching fish. But you guys saw the little size as well as the big size both catch fish. Caught a little 2.5 pounder on the bigger size and then a couple of decent fish on that smaller one as well. I think the less weight you can get on these things, the better action you're generally going to find. Like I said, we weren't seeing any sort of action when I had that little smaller one on a jig head, but once we took it off that jig head, put it on the wacky rig hook, seemed like it worked a whole lot better, especially with that little bit of weight on the nose. Baits were super durable. As you guys can see, we went through only a couple of these things today. Again, one of them got kind of busted up because I was using it on the fish head, so I'm not really going to count that as a bait that I actually lost. But yeah, they seem like fairly durable baits. Again, like I said, the one issue that I hear from these things is if you get the HD colorways, they don't seem to have as good action. But assuming you get some of these ones, fishing with a little bit less weight, just kind of twitch them slow, kind of like a soft plastic jerkbait or something like that. Very similar to what we were doing today. Or fish them on a drop shot or something like that. Again, just anything to get a whole bunch of action, as much action as humanly possible out of these baits. I feel like that's probably how these things are going to get bit the best. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for me, y'all. Again, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you guys want to see some more of these review style videos in the future. Check them and wreck them, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.